Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard many words this morning that are coming back again and again in my daily task as a secretary of the Technical Advisory Group to the implementation of the Common Information Sharing Environment. So I will give you this brief presentation on CISE, Common Information Sharing Environment, that deals... Sorry, I have a problem as well. Perfect, grazie. Sorry. Okay, what is the objective of the Common Information Sharing Environment for Maritime Surveillance? Well, the title itself already explains it. It aims at allowing all the public authorities dealing with maritime surveillance to share their data and their information. Obviously, to achieve this, you also need a mental shift. So you need to build a political, cultural, legal, and technical environment to allow this, not just the basic technicalities. And the principle on which this is based is the need to know and as well as the responsibility to share. This initiative is strongly politically supported by a number of Commission communications and a number of Presidency and Council conclusions. And the last one is just from the last October. They are all supporting the development of CISE. In order to help us in defining the requirements for this endeavor, we have set, initially they were just 4 principles, but now we have brought them to 9 to have a more clear view of what is expected. I would like to pick 2 that, from my point of view, are quite important here. And one is the need to share data among civilian and military organizations. And also that we want CISE to be a decentralized environment. We don't want to build yet a new system to bind people to bring data all together, but just to help people to share the data they have without duplication. There are a lot of data out there related to maritime surveillance of different types, data provided by reporting from ships and other entities, platform for surveillance, various types of sensor, but problem is that they are often acquired more than once, and they are even more often not shared. Actually, the situation is in a way not that bad because there are 7 communities. We have identified in the initial work of this technical advisory group 7 user communities dealing with border control, fisheries control, and so on and so forth. But they tend to exchange quite well data cross-border within the community. The problem is the sharing across community. And we want to enhance the information sharing because this will allow an enhanced situational awareness. And only if you know well what is out there, you can take the right decision in the right time. And this will also enhance the cooperation and this will be a positive loop. And we hope that CISE will actually help in achieving this positive feedback. This slide shows the bars are the different user community that the data are already available and are quite well shared within the community. And although all the communities have their own significant data, the red arrow shows the part of data that might need even more. And the yellow ones are data that are in some way already exchanged, already available, but not complete, so they need to be improved, while the pale blue ones are data that are completely missing for that community and that they feel they will need to have. If we look at the European interoperability framework levels, the 4 levels, legal, organizational, semantic, and technical, we are working on all the 4 levels. At legal, there are ongoing studies to identify barriers for information exchange across the different sectors and potentially propose new legislation to remove it. Organizational level, we are defining architectural vision for this system in order to allow the different organizations to cooperate and possibly to define new best practice, new applications. And also at semantic level, and we are very close to the Inspire world, we are working in harmonizing the data elements that are obviously very different from each different sector because of legacy reason. And I've heard the colleague from Denmark talking about the infrastructure. We are also looking at protocols and other infrastructural tools to allow this to happen. In order to identify what is really needed, regardless of the different architecture that will be developed, we have identified what we call core cheese, and this is the list of what is absolutely necessary even to start from a very minimal level to have interoperability. And as you can see, there is a lot of focus on the semantic aspect, because obviously if we want to computer to exchange data in a meaningful way, it has to be standardized. This is a bit summarizing what is going on. In this moment, there are different studies ongoing, both at technical level and legal, economic, and societal. You know that to propose anything, we need to undergo an impact assessment, and these 4 studies on the bottom of the slide here are all leading to the impact assessment, while we have also a quite important cooperation project ongoing involving more than 50 administrations across Europe, including Norway, and 11 countries. This is specifically focusing on semantic and on access right. And obviously, as it is normal, we started from selected use case to start producing a subset of semantically agreed data set. The cooperation project will last only 1 year and will obviously cover a minimal part of CISE, and we expect that this work will be carried forward by other projects, including possibly an FP7 pre-operational validation project. In order to remain in line with what else is going on at European level, the cooperation project is using the ESA process and methodology for the definition of the semantic of the data. We have to define a simplified model because of the very short time frame of the cooperation project. Why we are looking so carefully at Inspire? Because we think we have a lot to learn in reusing methodologies and best practice, but not only, we surely need to reuse existing data models that have already been defined by Inspire, and possibly to extend them to the specific need of the maritime surveillance. And obviously, there is the need to achieve an agreed standardization, otherwise the nice picture of the 2 bridges going in different direction. If we get together now, but we don't put in place the right governance, again, another key word of this morning, we will go into 2 separate ways. Thank you for your attention.